We live in a chemical world. Cleaning products, pharmaceuticals, paints and pesticides contain some of the 80,000 chemicals that now permeate our homes, our bodies and our environment. It's hard to imagine our lives without them, but studies are continually finding ever more compelling evidence of the harmful and long-lasting effects of some of these compounds. These products can be found all around us, at work, in our homes, our gardens. In this episode, we're going to investigate what the problems are with these household chemicals, and we're going to explore the solutions. Alchemy, metallurgy, potions and powders. This was chemistry for most of our history. But the Industrial Revolution, war, and the population explosion that followed gave rise to a chemical industry, now worth almost €4 trillion worldwide annually. Exposure to a combination and accumulation of chemicals has been linked to an increased risk of cancer, impaired childhood development, and even harm to our reproductive systems. In the environment, chemicals bioaccumulate, soils get degraded, and our waters get polluted. Here, in Ireland, we've seen this cause intersex in fish. Millions of litres of household cleaning products, garden pesticides, DIY solvents, and paints are bought in Ireland every year. Substantial quantities and their contaminated containers are improperly disposed of, permeating our environment and causing lasting damage. In an attempt to combat this, local authorities organise special hazardous waste collection days. And I'm here in Carlow to learn more. Tell us about the open days.
Okay, so these are special one-day events where we encourage the public to bring in household hazardous waste, and we will take them from them and ensure that they're disposed of correctly. And because they're hazardous, it's very expensive for us to treat them and dispose of them.
So with all of these products here have a label to show they're hazardous?
Yes, Duncan. So as you can see here, on the bleach one, we have irritant and this traditional symbol of the cross, showing that it is a hazardous material. And then we can see here, we have on this one, again, the same one that we looked at a moment ago, that it's harmful to aquatic environments. And then because of the way it's packaged, it's also extremely flammable because it's in an aerosol tin.
Right, so these are two very common ones. One is this is flammable,
yeah,
and then this is one showing it's harmful to aquatic organisms. Are these producers giving clear enough information to warn people of the damage these can be doing?
Well, I think they provide information. It's up to the individual whether they take it on board or not. And that is the difficulty, isn't it? That it is probably some effort to read that, so possibly some people will and some people won't. And that is a difficulty. If it was right up at the front, maybe you wouldn't purchase the item in the beginning. Maybe you'd look for something different. A lot of household cleaning materials and DIY products are all new inventions. Just going back 40, 50 years ago, there were far fewer materials available for you to clean your home or decorate your home. Now you walk into any supermarket or DIY store and there are shelves upon shelves of material. We're bombarded by advertising messages to go out and purchase more items, and we don't need all those things. So if we stop and think, do a small bit of research or reading on how to be more environmentally friendly in the home and in the garden, we can reduce the amount of chemicals that we currently depend on, and we can also save ourselves some money by doing that. In spite of the efforts of local authorities around the country, an estimated 30,000 tonnes of hazardous material is incorrectly or illegally disposed of in Ireland each year. But even with the proper disposal of these hazardous materials, there is still a significant cost to the taxpayer.
I'm on my way to the Ballymun Rediscovery Centre, where a more imaginative approach to eliminate this waste stream is being explored. Here, they reuse and repurpose all sorts of household products that would otherwise be treated as waste. Gerard Griffin runs the paint rediscovery section here. Gerard, if somebody's buying paint,
yes,
what sort of tips would you give them?
Okay, first of all, assess your job and make sure you're buying the right quantity of paint for the job.
How do you know that, by the way?
Well, there are charts on the back of the, the colour charts you get. They'll give you sizes. You measure the wall. It'll tell you how many litres to buy per square metre. If you look at these here, somebody has bought this can of paint and used like very little out of it. First thing is please, there are no hazardous symbols in this, especially here where it says clean with water, and so it's definitely a water-based paint, and no hazardous symbols on the container either.
Right, so that's all important.
Non-hazardous water-based paint.
Right.
If you have paint left over, give it to your friends to use if they want to use it, or bring it to your recycle centre. Reuse it, and then at the end recycle it.
And do you think we'd save an awful lot of paint by this?
Save the environment, save the rivers. I want to go fishing. I'm a fly fisherman. I want to fish. I want to catch salmon. I want to catch trout. I want our rivers clean.
Gerard explains that the centre take in leftover paint, mix new colours, repackage and resell at heavily discounted prices. You can actually buy from here rather than buy from...
Absolutely, right, from a retail store, yes. And
that's a huge reduction in
massive
buying new paint.
We give people huge value for money here. We can charge €30 for 50 litres of paint.
So it's only 10% of the price you buy here?
Absolutely.
Really?
It's a huge saving, yeah. It is, it's brilliant.
Good work. Thank you. Thanks, Roman.
Thank you.
Good to see you. The Rediscovery Centre is proving that the waste or the improper disposal of many products could easily become a thing of the past.